welcome back to the podcast. Today we have a special guest. Typically we have members of the gym as our guests, and today we have someone who's part of the gym, just not on the membership side. So we have Dave Ruble, who is our cleaner. So Dave comes in the evening, and he has been cleaning our gym how long? Do you remember what year?
8 years.
8 years? Okay. So he was took over back at 880 and has been cleaning the gym for 8 years. He does a great job. This is a huge gym and a huge space to clean. Lots of trash cans to empty, lots of stuff.
Yep.
He covers a lot of ground every night. He's here 7 days a week, maybe 6 now. You're getting a helper, right? Nope. Still 7 right now. Okay. So 7 days a week, he is here every day, 365. And we communicate and email here and there. Dan sees him on his way, and that's how early Dan's here. So Dave's here, and they cross paths around 3 o'clock in the morning every day, and Dan comes in to get his early workout. And we were communicating, and he had shared with me over the years, just being around a gym, it started his head sort of in this weight loss fitness mindset, just being around the pictures and the weights and things. And he sent me a before and after and kind of told me about what he was doing. And I showed Kate, who is in the body transformation business. And we're like, we got to have him on. So where I like to start is just like, if you could give us, I don't know, maybe like a 5-minute rundown, maybe of just like activity you did growing up, sports or anything, maybe how you had started to put some weight on, and then just maybe the beginning of how you got into trying to lose some weight.
I actually grew up on a farm until I think I was 20 when I moved from there. But
what type of farm?
It was we had gardens, cows, chickens, pigs, all that kind of
Okay.
stuff. So just a typical farm in West Virginia.
Okay.
So, I got used to working.
Yep.
On the farm. You got to get up early in the morning, go out and break ice for the cows to drink water and that kind of stuff. But over the years, we played sports. I have one brother that's a year younger than me. We played a lot of sports when we were growing up, and it was 5.5 miles out of town. And we rode our bikes to practice and from practice.
That's a ways.
It is.
5.5 miles is a ways in.
And, we were 9, 10 years old at the time.
Yep.
So, why most boys, their parents, picked them up in cars and stuff. We rode our bikes. So I grew up pretty strong. I came to Columbus in, it was 88. And went to work for a company, ended up working my way up through it, got a desk job. And, there was a lot of, what I want to say, I'm sorry, I lost the words.
So like kind of being sedentary where you were just sitting a lot?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. And
Probably not eating healthy. People
exactly.
bringing in a bunch of junk.
That's where the munching comes in, where you start snacking all
You're
the time.
bored and
Yep.
trying to stay focused.
And you're stuck with a desk. So that's where I started gaining my weight.
Okay.
And
Because you had been really active just without even thinking about it.
yes.
You're riding your bike 10 miles to practice back and forth. You're
At what age did you take the desk job?
That would have been around 90, I think it was.
And how old were you then?
I would have been 30.
Okay. And how old are you now?
65.
Okay. Yeah. It's kind
Been a while.
Yeah. Okay. So you're pretty active up into that point with that job.
Yes.
Okay.
And I left that job, and that's when I started my cleaning business. And I've been in that for a little over 20 years.
Okay.
That got me at least active again.
Yeah.
And
Did you lose any weight when you started cleaning, or?
Not really.
Okay.
I tried a couple of times, but it was the same old thing where, I'd starve myself, and then I'd just really go at the weights and stuff. And in the end, I'd just be tired, hungry, and done with it after a while. So, I don't know if you want me to go into what I did now. But
So let's kind of dive into what you did. So you struggled where you would try, you'd maybe make a tiny bit of progress, you just get hungry, and then it'd feel kind of like hopeless a little bit, and then you go back. So what were the things that started to get the ball rolling down the hill?
Well, the one day I walked in your gym, even though I'd been cleaning for you for a while, I really didn't do anything. I just come in, I saw the pictures and stuff, and went, God, it'd be nice to be like that. And never really done anything about it. And then one day I decided, I wonder how many pull-ups I could still do. And the answer was none. And so, I wonder how many push-ups. And I got down to do a push-up, and nope, nothing. So that's kind of where it started at. When I went home, I got a pretty good drive ahead of me. So on the way home, I started thinking about it, and I think I decided then, by the time I got home, that I put it on a pound at a time, so I'm going to take it off at a pound at a time. So that's what I focused on.
So just change your
mindset,
how you went at it. Okay. So what changes did you make to begin with?
Well, the one I like to use the most is the sub, Jersey Mike sub. I could sit down and eat a giant by myself, no problem. So I started first by cutting a quarter of it off. Okay. And then, I did that for a while, and then when I wasn't getting hungry afterwards, then I cut another half off, and, down to half. And right now I'm down to where I can eat a half a regular sub, and I'm full. Okay. And do you just eat once a day now, or? No, I eat a couple of times a day. Okay. I'm not a big breakfast fan, but I try to eat something in the mornings.
Yeah, and your mornings are a little different. So what time do you come in to work?
I get here usually right around midnight.
Okay. And have you always been a night owl? Or?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. I was going to say, that'd be tough. That would kill me.
I tried.
That would crush me.
I started nights when I got here to Columbus, and I think I tried 1 year on day shift, and that was it. I went back to nights.
Okay. So you do you have several different gyms you work at, or is it just ours? Or?
No, just yours.
Yeah, I'm sure it takes.
There's a lot of other businesses I cleaned.
Yeah.
I retired a couple of years ago, and that's why I just clean yours now.
Okay. Yeah. Well, that's a lot of work. So
and it's 7 days a week.
Yeah. Well, when you said you grew up on a farm, I grew up on a dairy farm, and I'm thinking that reminds me of a dairy farm. You don't get any days off,
nope.
Ever. Yep. So that was good training for you. So what hours do you try to work, and what hours do you sleep?
I usually go to bed around 3:30 until 10:30. Okay. I try to get 8 if I can. I can do 6, but I try for the 8. Okay. Other than that, I get here. It takes me I get done here right around 2:30, 3 o'clock. Okay. So from 12 until 2:30 to 3.
And then you do your workout after you clean?
Yeah, I got a 45-minute drive home, so it gives me time to kind of relax a little bit.
Well, now we're saying maybe you should do it when you first get here if you can work out here.
Or after he's done. I was like, that might save you some time when you get home. So I think that would be good.
I bet your form will be a lot better if you do it to begin with.
I would love
not when you're exhausted.
Yeah.
Okay. So what do you do? What other changes did you make?
When I first started eating and I cut that back, one of the things I focused on the most was I cut out the breads and the pastas.
Okay. Besides Jersey Mike.
Yes. I still eat Jersey Mikes.
Well, that's good. You kept something you like too. I mean,
so you didn't change the food you like. You just changed how much you were eating.
Yeah.
No, I did.
Simple. Yeah.
I did change later. I eat a lot of chicken now, where I used to eat a lot of red meat.
Okay.
I still have my red meat, but
I eat just more chicken.
And I found out that I do like brown rice.
Okay.
I've never tried it before, and I didn't think I'd like it, but I do like brown rice, so I like a lot of chicken and rice.
Okay. So what's like a normal day? Take me through. You wake up at 10:30. What do you do?
I usually get up and then, of course, get dressed. I usually eat a banana or something for my breakfast. Okay. I have vitamins and all that I got to take. I'm old, so and I've got dogs and cats and stuff, so I take care of the animals and all that. And usually I'm in the car and headed here by about 11.
Okay.
like I said, it's a 45-minute drive here. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Cool.
then I get here and do my work,
Yeah.
and that's when I would go home and do my
Do your workout? And do you push-ups, pull-ups? What do you do for your workout
What's
now?
your workout like?
I do the push-ups. I do. I have a couple of dumbbells that I work with. I don't really have too many places I can do pull-ups.
Yeah. Yeah.
I do have an old home gym that I have where I can do the butterflies, I think they
Yep.
call them, and that kind
Yeah.
of thing.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that's great. And how much weight have you lost total?
75. I
Wow.
was 235, and I'm now down to, when I weighed myself this morning, I was 162.
Oh, wow. Well, we're going to, if you give us permission, we're going to put your before and after on as part of this podcast too.
I'd be happy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, he sent me those pics
It's
because I
really
asked
neat.
for him. I was like, you mind if you sent, and I was like, whoa, it was like one of the most impressive ones. And it, and I think what's cool is as people start to get a little older, and if they've been a certain way for a certain amount of time, they lose hope or some confidence in themselves that they can make some changes. And I think it's really cool when you just go ahead and do it anyways, and it's not like, this isn't just the way I am. Like I can make this happen. And you did it, and you made a massive change with, again, it was just small changes that you just got this ball rolling, and now it's just, it's a freaking boulder rolling downhill. And I think a question I'd like to ask is like, is there anything now that you've started to do where you feel more comfortable doing than before when you would?
Everything.
Yeah.
Just tying your shoes. Before, I'd get one tied before I had to sit back up and catch my breath.
Yep.
It's just, everything's just so much more comfortable. Working on cars or, anything. It's just easier to move around, easier to breathe.
I'm sure the job, just the nature of the work is probably dramatically easier.
Yeah, it's, I can tell the difference when I'm here working.
Yep.
It's so much easier I'm not so much out of breath when I get done now.
Yeah.
How long ago, when did you start this kind of process of losing weight and kind of changing habits?
It was probably about 3 years ago.
3 years ago? Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't no quick transformation. It took me a long time.
I think those are the most successful just making small
agree.
Changes, like you said, if it just to keep most of the things I like, I'm just going to cut off a little sub. I think I'm consuming too many calories. I'm just going to cut off a little bit. And then, once you're comfortable with that, it's on to the next thing. And, you're in a comfortable position by the end and just, losing a pound a week or a pound a month, whatever the case may be. And it's, you're in a great spot now.
Well, there have been many times where you stop and I look back on it, and there's times where I know I stop and think, and I thought if I just started it, a year, look where I'd be now. Mm-hmm. And I never did it until that one day where it was like, what? Not even a pull-up?
Yeah, you had
I'm not used to that.
Yeah, a reality check at some point. You're like, it probably, there's probably a lot of people who can't do pull-ups, but for you, you're like, I'm going to put my foot down right now. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, in high school, I weighed 155, and I could bench 200.
Yeah, that's strong. Like you had like good strength of weight, and like you could move your body around however you wanted to.
Yeah, my dad, we also built houses on the farm. We built our first house on there, and then he sold the farm, and then we built another house after that. So, I was carrying 12 8-inch block when I was 13 years old.
Yeah, just work strong. Yep.
Farm strong.
Yeah.
So now that you've, how long have you been around the weight you're at?
Really, well, I was 180 for a long time.
Because you've been trending down, and like, has it still just been a process? Are you still?
I'm still dropping.
Okay.
About 3 months ago, I think I was about 180.
Oh, okay.
Three or four.
Okay, that's a lot of weight, 3 or 4 months, especially because that's a lot of weight you had already dropped.
Yeah.
And
that's where I started adding sets into my workouts.
It's like 160, or do you have a goal weight, or are you just trying to
have a goal weight.
Okay. Just trying to see where you feel, because that's where you're about to get into this spot where
I don't want to go below the 155 mark.
that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
You look really good and solid, and I'm like, you don't want to go too much farther down.
No.
We're like, slow down. You gotta keep some of that muscle. Slow down.
Because I'm like, you look solid. I'm
Yeah.
like, I don't think you want to go too much farther down. But then it's going to become like, okay, now I'm hanging out here, and this is a lifestyle. You know,
Well, it's way better.
yeah,
than before.
yeah, and that's where you're about to settle into. I didn't know you were 180 just a short period of time ago. Okay,
So before you would just do like one set of push-ups and okay. And how many sets do you do now?
I do 3. I got
Okay.
names for them. I do
Okay.
the boy set, the man set, and the man up set.
Okay, what are they?
Well, the push-ups, I'm up to 25.
Okay,
25 on my setups.
okay.
I'll do, I don't know if we called it 6 inches back in my high school days.
And what is that?
Lay on your back, lift your legs up 6 inches.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Hold
Yep, yep,
yeah,
yep.
yeah.
And you
legless,
split them or
Okay, like flutter kicks. Or
yeah,
I
we
don't
do
know.
that stuff here.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh,
absolutely.
yeah.
We just got different names
Yep,
for
yep.
it, you know.
So
I think they change names every decade or so.
that's most of it.
Yeah.
The dumbbells, I do the one behind my back. And
Yeah. Bicep.
curls.
Okay. Yeah.
We starting to work on the legs yet?
Not yet. I'm stretching them out. I'm trying to get there.
You're getting them woken up.
Yep. I had a lot of trouble. I quit running a lot because I was blowing out my calves.
Yep.
So I'm trying to get those all stretched out now, and so
Yeah.
that when I run, it's not going to happen. Hopefully.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
I'm excited about to try to do that again.
That's cool.
I used to run in high school. I ran track and stuff. like
Okay,
that. So,
cool.
we called it back then. It was a 440. I don't know what they call it these days.
Like a lap around.
There's
the,
a 440 yard,
Yeah.
Okay.
which is a 400 meter.
400 meters. Yeah,
Yeah.
one lap around.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's a tough one.
It is, but I was
You're pretty fast.
pretty quick.
Yeah,
At
cool.
155 pounds and
Yeah.
lifted 200. In the off season, I used to wrestle with the linemen,
Okay.
the seniors, and that because I was quick and the coach wanted me in there to help them.
Where at in West Virginia? Whereabouts were you from?
It's close to Wheeling.
Okay.
That would probably be the closest.
Be the closest landmark. Okay.
Yeah.
I went to school down in Athens, and we weren't too far away, and we'd go to like Parkersburg and go in there. There was a lot of boxing in West Virginia, and that's what I did in college. So, and there weren't a lot of boxing gyms, so there was like a couple in West Virginia and like one close to us, and so people would kind of travel between them, and we would go down there for shows and fights and stuff. So yeah. I'm just wondering where you were at.
I've been in Parkersburg. I lived there for a little while.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
I know the area.
All right, Dave. So I want to talk. Do you have any specific fitness goals, like aesthetic goals, or things you want to do? Like running, it sounds like that's something you want to try and get your body built back up to be able to do. So is that the first one you're kind of looking towards?
Actually, I need to get some exercises on my back. I don't do a lot of back exercises.
Yep.
So I need to, kind of add that into it. I've started my shoulders.
Okay.
So I'm doing the above my head presses now with the dumbbells.
Okay.
So, just I don't have anything set in stone. I just kind of go through my workout each day. I'm kind of looking to go into a 3-day rotation, so upper body, core.
I really think our gym out here and having access to the equipment and
Maybe Dan could take him through.
that's
it.
I was just gonna say we can play and show you a couple things to just get you started so you can work a lot of things maybe you didn't think you had access to, just because it's tricky to do it at home. Where now maybe you have a lat pull down machine, a leg press, and you have some
press,
you have some things that you can work these body parts, and that will be really cool because it'll wake this stuff up. You'll build a bunch of muscles where they haven't been worked, and then your body changes in that way. So
Then we're going to put a picture of you up.
yeah, exactly. Exactly. No, it just got me thinking because I'm like, I I think what you're doing is awesome, but when you can sprinkle like some different ingredients into it.
Oh yeah, I know I'm not hitting all my muscle.
It changes the game a little bit, you know. It's not like you don't have to be doing anything crazy, but you start adding legs, your back into it, like it's gonna change. It'll change a lot. You know, we got.
Only you knew some fitness coaches. I don't know.
And even after we're done, what we can do, I'll walk out here with you and I'll show you a couple things just to start.
Appreciate that.
Yeah. It'll be fun. Do you have any like hobbies that are physical or anything like that? It sounds like you work on cars, like.
Well, actually, I just finished building an apartment on the back of my house for my daughter.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so
that's pretty cool.
I told you I built houses when I was growing up, so I can do.
So you can do like construction and things like that.
I also did welding, and I work on cars a lot. I have a Harley I built. I have a trike that I built. So yeah, those are my hobbies. I like my garage.
There's that's the
Damn Renaissance man over here.
I know, that's what I was gonna say. I was like, we've gotten, especially I think maybe so my dad is very much like that. And he comes in and he works out with Kate's group, and then we go around basically throughout the day and patch up and fix the building. And I'm not good with things, and then his generation and he is very good. Like he was an electrician. Yeah. So he fixed our cars growing up. You know, he'd fix our washing machine. You know, it didn't matter. You know, he'd fix things. He built the decks at our house. Yep. You know, all of that type of stuff. And then that kind of got lost in my generation, and it's gotten worse, I think, as time's gone on. And now,
as illustrated in a South Park episode.
Yeah.
Remember they have like a handyman come in to change a light bulb or something.
No one can do anything anymore.
I'm like, do they have cameras up in our house?
I know. And then AI is gonna like wipe out all the white collar jobs and then it's gonna be a gold rush on
free
all
up
the blue
more
collar
time
ones.
for us to be on our phones, you know. The important things in life.
Yeah.
So does your daughter live in town then?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
My oldest one lives with me, and then I have my younger one lives in Westerville.
Okay, 2 daughters?
Yes.
Okay, any grandkids? Oh, 2 granddaughters. Oh, awesome. Really cool. Really cool. Are they active too?
Oh yeah, my one daughter, my one granddaughter, the youngest one, she plays softball.
Okay.
She is. They're going to shoot me for this one, and I think she's 13.
Okay. Yeah.
I lose track of their age. They're growing up so fast.
Yeah.
And then my other granddaughter, she's playing tennis now, but she used to run cross country before that.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, they're very active girls.
Yeah, you got to keep up with them too a little bit, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah, they come out where I live at, and we played softball out there with them and stuff.
Okay.
When she was, just to practice.
Yeah. Do you have you live out a little bit to have some land?
I don't have a lot of land, but there's fields beside of me and stuff.
So it's hard. I live right here in Upper Arlington, but it's tough. Like, I think as I'm getting older, I realize I miss the open space, you know?
Well, I used to live in Westerville.
Okay,
They were right on top of you. Where I live at now, I got one neighbor that's probably about 50 yards away.
Yeah.
And everybody else is probably a couple hundred yards away.
So. Spread out a little bit.
Nice.
That's kind of how I grew up, too.
Yeah.
So, Dave, I want to kind of wrap this up for anyone who's listening, because there's a lot of people who are in this spot where, you know, if you're, say, 50 plus pounds over where you want to be, it seems daunting. What is what are just some basic steps or advice that you would give to people like, okay, I'm looking at this like, man, I don't know how I'm going to do it. Like, what would you say? And like, what were some of the things that kind of helped you do that?
Like I told you, I started off by my intake of food.
Just cutting it down a little bit, not all at once. Yeah. So you didn't go, oh, I'm going from a full one to a half one. You went to 3/4.
It sounded like you did that before years ago, where you said, I just kind of starved myself, and then I just like kind of back and forth, and nothing was successful. You're probably being too extreme in the measures you were taking at the time.
And
you
that's
said,
what it was. Going after it too hard, and it just wears yourself out. But the way, like I said, the way I did it this time, I just little bites at a time, and I didn't really look at the long-term goal. I just looked at it day by day. And if I gained a pound, I looked at what I had the day before to see.
This
if
is
something
key,
I ate.
Listeners. Take responsibility for your behavior.
Sure. And, and I made the commitment that I was going to do it this time. And that's why I decided to do it that way instead of wearing myself
I'm sure
out.
there were days that you were like, man, my weight's up and I don't know why, but I'm not a big deal.
I
You just kept.
bottomed out at 200.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's when I started doing the exercises more.
Okay.
And then again at 180.
Okay.
Yeah, I had forgot. He had shared that with me. He had got down from 235 to 200 and then got stuck with the diet. And then the exercise got that thing starting to roll back downhill for him.
But there had to be days and times that you felt frustrated and didn't feel like, continuing over 3 years.
Sure. Any day that I didn't really feel like it, I at least went in and tried to start doing stretches and stuff. And more times than not, once you get moving,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just
You
give
get
yourself
into
an
it.
out and yeah.
I didn't push myself when I did it. I just
Yeah.
decided I just wanted to go easy into it.
Yeah.
And then ended up probably working out harder that day than
Yeah.
than the day before.
What about the food? Because I think personally that's what if I'm going to struggle with anything, that's the thing, like to not get back in those old patterns, for comfort or.
I don't know. I just make sure I still do that pound a day. I weigh myself every morning at the
Weigh
same
yourself
time.
every morning, no matter what.
And my briefs just to make sure, there's
Yeah.
no variance. And again, if I gained, I looked at what I had, what I drank the day before. If
Yeah.
I lost, again, I looked at what I had the day before.
Yeah. But it's not like you say, okay, I can't ever have pasta or
no, I still eat
pizza.
pasta.
Yeah. You're just.
Don't
picking
be
and
crazy.
choosing.
If I do, I
Yeah.
know that I have to work harder the next day.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just do it that way.
Yeah.
And I don't do it a lot. I save those for
Special times.
meals.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's simple. It's not easy.
Yep.
No, it's
no
not
magic
easy.
pill.
Yeah.
I always
it's hard
tell
work.
people, I'm like, listen, you're not going to wonder how this happened at the end. You're going to be like, this is really hard.
Yeah, you get surprises. I mean, I think the first time that caught me off guard was when I was driving down the road and I realized that my pants wasn't cutting my gut off. While I was sitting there,
Yeah.
And then you start losing notches in your belt.
Yeah.
Even if I didn't lose weight, I'd lose a notch in the belt. And
Yeah.
so I took that as a positive.
Yeah. Now this is something that I think with people and working so closely with them because I usually have like a 3-month process that comes up with them, and I don't know if it came up with you, but do you realize like taking away that comfort, like were you agitated, angry, have like emotions come up where you're like, oh man, I didn't feel this way when I was kind of numbing a little bit with food?
I didn't really have that problem,
Okay.
I think, because
Didn't
of the way
notice
that I
it.
went
Yeah.
with it. I wasn't.
You
what they
didn't.
call
You
it,
try
hangry.
to. Yeah. Didn't try to be really uncomfortable. Just kind of work with yourself. Yeah.
The snacks I cut out big time.
Yeah.
I do eat the rice cakes now that
Yeah.
I never thought I'd ever eat,
Yeah.
and actually like some of them.
Yeah. It's funny how your taste can change too.
Yep.
Rice cakes.
I know. I mean, they have all different ways you can.
They're okay,
I've
but
seen them on Instagram. You can make tiramisu.
Well, I didn't say I loved them.
You can, yeah.
yeah.
But it gives you something to crunch on. Then there's not
does.
There's not many calories.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it,
And
you
that's
know?
the thing. I think
Lots
you
of
get
air.
used to that.
Yep.
I don't know what it is, but you just get used to that. I sit down and watch a show, and you automatically get something to snack on.
Yeah.
I don't do that anymore.
Yeah. Yeah.
If I do, it's something that's going to be easy on me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well,
awesome.
Well, Dave.
thanks for sharing.
Yeah, I really appreciate you coming out. I'm excited for people to just get to know you too and hear
probably
about
won't
this
see
story. Yeah, they don't get to see you, but like you're a big part of this place and keeping it clean and keeping it like nice for all the members. And we have a lot of people come through here. We have 300 people a day walk through here
Yeah.
at least, you know, and moving equipment and
mucking it up for you,
yeah.
They've never done it too bad.
sweating on the floor.
It's a big daunting job, and really cool to hear how you've made this big change, and that's going to be inspiring for people who are watching this, who oftentimes, and a lot of them are still working through that process and getting stuck in spots and like, I'm not sure what to do.
Don't give up on yourself.
Okay. Yeah.
It's I'm glad I didn't. It was a hard road, but you know, I can look back like I did before and say, you know, I did do it from that day on, and here I am. And instead of looking back on it and thinking I wished I had of, I did it. So I'm happy with that.
It's awesome, Dave. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you.
Thank you.